God in the Trenches. We don't need to wait for mountaintop moments to find God. He stands with us in the chaos, in the trenches, in the valleys. He walks alongside us as we walk on isolated dirt roads, as we sit in cobwebbed corners, and as we reflect on the memories of conquered or avoided mountains. He is present on both the well-trodden and the less traveled paths, waiting for us in the in-between spaces. Success does not always resemble the envisioned finish line. Sometimes, winning means finding the courage to reach toward hope in simple ways. We do this by finding solace and strength in the small, everyday moments that remind us of God's presence and love. These simple acts, even when everything appears to be crumbling around us, offer profound reassurance and peace, propelling us forward, even when we may need to pivot or start over entirely. Amid all the advice, what often gets lost is the wisdom that points us back to center, back to faith, back to the assurance that God is in the fight with us, not a mere bystander. Some trenches are unavoidable consequences of decisions made, but the comfort lies in the knowledge that God will never forsake us. Facing challenges head-on is difficult, but remember this: avoidance is your kryptonite. Indecision is a costly decision. Time is the greatest snitch. Avoidance can make us believe that turning away from a problem will make it disappear with time. But when avoidance becomes ingrained in our thinking, it can suffocate our desire to move forward or even work toward healing. We often dodge things we'd rather not face: conflict, health issues, heartache, financial troubles, embarrassment. In those situations, God's peace becomes the counterweight, a peace that transcends understanding. Facing what you've been avoiding allows you to hold courage in one hand and God's peace in the other. Confronting your struggles and burdens doesn't mean you're stagnant. It means you're ready to make decisions, run the play, or set a new vision. Indecision is a decision, and a costly one. Each moment of indecision can fill your core with the regret of missed opportunities and the return of self-doubt. Embrace failure. Make it part of your personal equation, and be firm on this. Never let others force choices on you. Have the courage to make your own decisions. Time, our relentless friend, tells the truth sooner or later. It brings light to the shadows, revealing our denials and humanity. Failures are meant to be learned from, not outrun. We see God not only in blessings, but also in the gaps. With God, we can outpace what would have once destroyed us in a foot race. Throughout life, I realized I had conquered mountains, but felt the weight of climbing without peace and clarity. God had shielded and guided me, but I wanted to do things my way. I remain immensely grateful that God is not confined to mountaintops, the place it seems only great men and women stand and teach. He is present in the mess that we make and that this broken world creates. Allow me to say this: we cannot jeopardize our mental health and expect continual victories. We cannot neglect our physical health without consequences. We cannot sidestep a relationship with Jesus and expect to feel whole. We cannot take shortcuts and expect endurance on the long road. God is the ultimate counterweight to our troubles. His whispers and word are designed to help us proactively react when we feel paralyzed. He has the power to reroute what threatens to overtake us. He's committed to being our refuge. Psalm 23:4 resonates. Even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. Your rod and your staff protect and comfort me. The shepherd is vigilant in protecting his flock. We must actively participate in our personal growth with God. When we're no longer victims to the waves crashing around us, we won't bend toward laziness, dissatisfaction, or a disengaged life, even in the face of loss or disappointment. Our hope, grit, and freedom are found in acknowledging His presence amid storms, trenches, or valleys, or even in unfulfillment we feel after climbing mountains you thought would bring happiness. No more avoidance. No more indecisiveness. Create space to think and then take action. When the lies of yesterday hunt you down in the form of regret and loneliness, when thoughts attempt to put your mind in disarray, and when you realize you're following the wrong leaders, mentors, or friends, snatch the reins back. Lean directly on God as you cross over troubled waters. God is in the trenches.